Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. You guys know the vibes, man. Sherman, Kinsey, what's good, everybody? Where y'all tuning in from tonight? Got Gabe, Michelle, Majin, Melvin, Russell, Pascal, TL, Back to Ballin', Finance, TDE, Tupac, Brittina, I want to say, Sherman, Find Your Edge, Steadfast, Mr. Walcott. Let's go, man. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's get it. Got Brooklyn in the house. Let's go. Orlando. Okay. Alabama out there in the sticks. Okay. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. It is about that time, man. Let's do the damn thing. Let's get it. Brittina. Okay, I did pronounce it right. Germ, what's good, man? Monster's Edge. What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Let's get this thing cracking, man. For anybody that's new here, welcome. Everybody that's a regular, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are the reason I do this. Shout out to you guys, man. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. We're going to get into this economic calendar first, and then we're going to get to the watch list for the week ahead, how I plan on approaching the market, and do my best to help you guys prepare as well. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and make this bigger for you guys. Let me make this bigger as well. Everybody should be able to see nice and clear. Let's get right into it. What's good, Sandy? How you doing? Pascal, what's good, brother? Mods, appreciate you guys. Salute. Let's get it. Here we are, man. Gemini season. I am a Gemini. My birthday is June 19th. So this is my month, man. This is my month. Hopefully, I should say. It is my month in terms of the birthday. But hopefully it's my month trading as well. Hopefully we can have a killer month. Kicking it off hot this week. Monday, June 2nd, right? We have a very data-heavy week, to say the least, right? Monday, PMI, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right after that, we have ISM at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Later that evening, we have Powell speaking. Big point here, especially with the current state of the market. Powell will be speaking at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. So Monday's a big day here. PMI, ISM, and then Powell at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, going into Tuesday, June 3rd, another big morning here, right? We have factory orders and jolts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. These are big data points, okay? Very big data points. Wednesday, another big day here. Fed speaker in the morning. PMI 9:45, ISM at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a stacked week. Thursday, June 5th, usual jobless claims, and then we have a couple Fed speakers. Biggest day of the week in terms of individual data is going to be non-farm payrolls. Market loves to make a move off of non-farm. NFP is what a lot of people call it. This is a big week, right? Monday to Friday, jam-packed data in the morning. Yeah, man. Monday, we have Powell speaking. Data trickled every single morning throughout the week. It's going to be a big week, man. I don't think it's going to be a great week to swing with all this data. But I think it's going to be a great week in terms of volatility and seeing a nice move in the market, which is all I really care about, right? As long as we break the range, long as we have a good ATR, we could work with it, right? So that's what we got to look forward to this week. Quick recap. Monday, June 2nd, PMI 9:45, ISM at 10 a.m. Big focal point of Monday is going to be Powell speaking at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, June 3rd, factory orders and jolts, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, June 4th, PMI 9:45, ISM 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, our usual jobless claims. And then Friday, we have non-farm payrolls. So that's for the week ahead. Big data week. Let's get into these charts, guys. We got a lot to cover, right? We got a lot to cover. Closed out May, coming in hot to June here. We got a lot to talk about, right? We do have a lot to talk about, to say the least, right? Now, what I really want to discuss is this monthly chart, right? We closed out May very strong, okay? Very strong. We all know that. April, very strong. May, very strong. We're up, what is that? 30% in just over a trading month, right? 30 days if you want to be technical. That's a big move, right? Now we are currently 6.44% away from all-time highs on NQ specifically. What can we do here, right? What can we do here? Well, coming off of that strength on May, right? Logically speaking, a pullback would be the most realistic scenario to kick off June, right? And then towards the end of June, we'd figure out, hey, are we going to flip that candle green? Or is that candle kind of just going to be an inside bar here? And then, next month, July, we'll make a move. Next month, July, we'll make a move. So my personal opinion, right? This June candle is going to be very important on how we close because it's going to set us up for 1, continuation, 2, a inside bar where it could be obviously continuation or a reversal. So June's going to be very important, especially after this May closure. There's not much to really, digest from this as of now, but that's what I would be looking for. Weekly chart. This is where things kind of get dicey, right? If you look at this weekly chart, right, we had these previous week's highs here, which was the top of that range. And last week, we wicked above it, right? We all thought we were going to continue. And then, bam, we got slammed off that NQ level. 21,620. Got absolutely slammed. And now we have this weekly failure to go higher, where we attempted to break that resistance and failed. And now we closed back below it. So with this weekly chart being set up as it is, this is an opportunity already, right? There's already opportunity here, right? Since we have that failure to go higher on the weekly, right? This is now our major resistance. So we can watch this area for a retest for a short. That's the first thing, right? And obviously if we get above it, that'd be the bullish scenario. Now, on the daily chart, that's going to be a lot cleaner, right? If we look at the daily chart, what do we see? One top, attempt to go higher, and we failed, right? This is just a classic double top, failure to go higher. There's nothing much else to say about this chart. Might I add, monthly chart, right? Very strong. Weekly, we don't have that same correlation, that same confluence. Daily chart, we don't have that same confluence and correlation, right? This is a start of a bearish reversal indication, right? This is not confirmation. This doesn't mean short everything. No, what that means is, hey, we need to be mindful, right? We have a double top here, failure to go higher on the daily, weekly, monthly strong, but these lower time frames are obviously going to reverse a lot quicker than those higher time frames. So with that being said, right, this is huge. And if you notice, we're still kind of holding this uptrend, but I want to get down here to the hourly because this is where things really will make sense, okay? First things first, we didn't reject from anywhere. We rejected from somewhere, right? This is a very big supply. As you guys can see, massive support, which is now resistance. We got slammed off a massive supply. And if you look at how we got slammed, we actually broke the range, right? We attempted to break this range and failed. That is a failure to go higher. That is a bearish reversal indication. Same thing with the weekly, daily, and here it is on the hourly. So we have confluence through multiple time frames in terms of this setup, right? Now, what can we do with this right now? Well, looking at this chart, obviously we have high, obviously we have a low. So we are still trading in a range, right? We are still trading in a range here. That is a fact. Top of the range, 21,850. Bottom of the range, 2725. That's a 1,000-point range. On top of that, we're trading within a range within a range. We have this range from last week, which is the previous day's high and previous day's low. So my approach, right, tonight, tomorrow, this week, if we push into this 21,425 and fail, I'm open for a short, right? If we fail that previous day's high, that's a short opportunity. If we break and hold back above that previous day's high, that's the long opportunity back into 21,750, and that's where we could look for a higher conviction short. Now, if we pull back, right, we could watch this 21,050 for one, initially a demand bounce, or two, if we get that breakdown, we could look for that continuation down into 20,800, 20,725. If we come down into this area here with that daily 200 MA, this is my main watch for a demand bounce. All right? And that's pretty much it. If you want to talk about line in the sand levels, let's do it. Line in the sand levels. Well, one here, right? Obviously, bottom of the range, 27.25. Top of the range, 21.850, right? These are line in the sand levels. All-time high move, 21.850. That'll get us back into all-time highs. If we break this 27.25, back down into 20,000 easily, right? Now, those are a ways away, right? 2.5% to the upside, 2.5% to the downside. We're literally trading smack dead in this range. So the value levels for me are going to be that 21.425 and that 21.070 because there's going to be opportunity into either one. So that's kind of my game plan here on NQ. Wait for a break of range, take advantage of it. This is an area I won't trade, right? Like I said, top of the range, bottom of the range, and then we're in a range inside of a range. Top of the range, bottom of the range. If you guys look at this chart, we're inside of a range, inside of a range, inside of a range. One range, two range, three ranges, right? We're in a range, inside of a range, inside of a range. This is where you don't trade, right? This is where you don't trade. We need to see a move here. We need to see some momentum. We need to see a break. We need to get a good gauge on structure, okay? And overall sentiment. Right here is where you don't trade. Just a heads up. ES. Here we are. Now, one thing I forgot to add here on NQ. We talked about it last week, but that head and shoulders is starting to come into play. Right now we're rejecting that left shoulder supply. Something to note. ES here. Monthly chart. Like I said, there's not really much to digest here. We need some more data on June. Weekly chart, though, it's not a chart you really love, right? It's not a chart you really love. We have the top of the range. We have the bottom of the range. And you'll see that better on a lower time frame. Daily chart, this is where you can kind of get some insight on what's going on. You guys can see that we clearly pushed into this massive supply here. And we failed, right? We failed. Now, what's most important about this failure is look at it. We had this initial top. We attempted to go higher, and we failed. That is a failure to go higher. This is a bearish reversal indication. But if you notice, we're still trading in a range. So ES this week is going to be difficult, just like NQ. Why? Well, look at the chart. Bottom of the range, 57.60. Top of the range, 6,000. Previous day's high, 59.23. Previous day's low, 58.50. So again, we're inside of a range, inside of a range. So if I want to trade ES, right, almighty levels, if we get above 6,000 on ES, by all means, buy the fucking dip and hold. This likely squeezes back into all-time highs. Now, if we break down, right, we can watch this 57.60, 57.40 initially for a demand bounce, number one. Number two, if we get super weak, we could watch that breakdown. That's when we'll get that move down into 5,600, potentially even the 5,500s again. The higher risk approach trading ES here would be the break of Friday's range, right? If we can get above 59.23, look for that move back into 6,000. If we get below 58.40, look for that move back down into 57.60. But you're going to get more continuation, and you're going to get a bigger explosive move by trading that bigger portion of the range, where we actually get a break of structure, not trading inside of the range into the range, if that makes sense, all right? So that's what I would say there on ES. We'll breeze through YM and stuff here. If you guys notice, right, all these charts are the same. What are we doing here on YM? Rejecting a major supply, double top, right? Same thing. Tomato, tomato, tomato. RTY, what are we doing here? Look at the daily. We're rejecting a major supply. We have a double top. All these charts are the same. NQ, double top, failure to go higher. ES, double top. YM, double top. RTY, double top. All in a major supply. So market is setting up for a big move, right? We're either going to break this double top and send it to the moon, or we're going to fail, and this is going to be the start of something bigger, right? So this is where shit happens. We just got to move. Now, This is a chart I really want to talk about. It's silver, right? It's not a chart I love trading, but it's a chart that I think if it breaks, we get an explosive move. You guys can see that silver here has been consolidating for some time. The big primary focus here is 34 or 31.7, right? If we could break the top of this range, I think this would be a great swing, 1, on futures, and 2, on options. Target would be that 35.50. If we break the bottom of this range, I think this would be a great swing back down into this 27.80. Regardless of the way that it goes, right? If we can break this base in either way, I think this is going to be a great swing, either higher or lower. It just has to break, obviously. But yeah, that's huge. Huge, huge, huge. Gold. I mean, this is a chart that looks like it wants to go, right? It looks like it wants to go for show. Right? We got this trend line here from all-time highs, which you rejected recently. Then obviously we have a shorter term trend here. The way that I would trade gold is two things, right? I mean, honestly, right now it looks good. We just reclaimed that structure here. Nice little bull flag above it. I mean, if you can get a pullback on gold right here into this 33.30, this is a great long back in that 33.50. Mark my words, if we break this 33.50, gold will be back at 33.70, 3,400 in no time. That's what I would watch on gold. That's simple. Now, if we fail here and get back below 33.30, I would kind of stay away. Or if anything, you could look for a little short. But as long as we're above that, I would say this is a bullish case. SPY and QQQ. I'm not going to cover too much here because obviously we don't know where they're going to open tomorrow. But I do want to point out a couple things. One, look at the supply that SPY is rejecting, right? This is the last line of defense. Next level here is all-time highs. So with that being said, right, you go down here and look at SPY on the hourly. Primary focus here is going to be obviously 600. Primary focus here is going to be 573. That's the range that we've been in, right? You guys can see this is the range that we've been stuck in, right? Range that we've been stuck in. Now, obviously, we want to see a break of the range, but there is value either way it goes, right? Top watch here on SPY is going to be the 583 level, right? If we can break this uptrend trendline support and get below this structure, I think this will be a great short down into 573, 576, which is where we can look to flip long for a relief bounce off this macro demand and this daily 200 MA. Ultimate level on SPY is going to be that 568, 570. In terms of the upside, almighty level, like I said, is going to be that 600. One, we could watch it initially for a reject. Two, if we get above 600, by all means, buy the dip and hold. That's an all-time high move easily. So that's what I'm watching on SPY. QQQ, right? Like I said, I think we've bit more than off than we could chew, right? I don't think we're just going to vertical straight into all-time highs, but I could be wrong. We're up 30% in the past 2 trading months, which is absolutely insane. But that doesn't mean that we can't go higher, right? I mean, ultimately, we have to focus on the chart. That's what's most important. If you notice here, QQQ, as we talked about on NQ, is holding this major uptrend. On top of that, we're still holding this demand. So with QQQ, it's going to be fairly simple, right? Top of the range, bottom of the range, right? Big level, 512. If we can break this uptrend, we can break 512. That will be a nice short into 504, 502. 504, 502 is going to be the massive level here. That's the start of that gap fill. If we get that break and hold below 502, that is the short down into 493, 495, and that's where we could look to flip long for a demand bounce off that demand and daily 100 and 200 MA. Now, upside scenario, above 531, that's it. Outside of that, I'm not touching longs here unless it's in the demand or we get above that supply. All right? I'm tired of this range. I told myself I wouldn't trade in it unless we broke. So I'm sticking to my guns here. We've been in it long enough. We've been in this range since pretty much the beginning of May, right? So that's pretty much it for me. All right. Now let's get into these individual names. Apex. Yeah, they're having that sale. I think it ends tonight. To be honest, I think it does. I'll pin it at the top. There you go. It's 90% off. You can get an account for like $17, which is the 50K, or 150K for like $20, something like that. Yeah. You guys, you know, I've talked about it a million times. You guys do what you want at the end of the day, but knowing what I know now, I wish I would have done what I'm doing now years ago. Just put it that way. All right, let me take a drink of water. We'll continue. Alrighty, let's get it. Let's get into these individual names. Let's get into these individual names. Let's get it. 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 Let me move this over here. Like that. Move that over there. Like that. Alright, there we go. First things first, we have crowd. Crowd. Consistency rule? What about the consistency rule? I mean, I feel like a lot of people overcomplicated it. And I could be wrong, but they're literally just asking for you to be consistent, right? Like it's not that difficult. You should be doing that anyway. That's my take on it. You know what I mean? You literally should be doing that anyway. That's the whole objective anyway. Crowd, yeah, they do have earnings, which I'm about to talk about in a second. Crowd, here we go. My primary focus, right, is one, they have earnings on Tuesday. That's fine with me, right? I want to see two things post earnings, right? One, pullback, 453, 455. I'm going to enter a swing. Or two, post earnings, if we get above 476, that's my almighty watch. I think this can squeeze into 500 plus easily, okay? This is a name that I'm not trading on Monday, okay? This is a name that I'm looking to trade after Tuesday because they have earnings, okay? Very simple. Very, very simple, right? That is a massive, massive level. This is why it's on my watch, because of the level, right? This level is massive, huge, right? This is at previous all-time highs. This is my top watch this week after earnings, all right? Does take profit trader pay out? Yes. If you want proof, let me know. I'll show you. Next, we have XYZ. We traded this last week, right? This was an absolute beautiful trade above that 60. You guys can see here, we bounced off this macro trend line from 2016 after failing to go lower on the weekly. That was the rationale last week for trading it. It's on the watch list again because of the chart, right? Last week, you guys know we were watching a break and hold above 60, which we got. And we caught it, right? That was a 50% trade on next week's. Now, this week, I'm just watching for a retest, right? Last week, what did we do? We traded the breakout. Last week, we traded the break and hold of 60 on XYZ into 63.7. Perfect trade. Now, what we're watching is the retest, right? That's simple. We're watching a pullback on XYZ into 60, 59 for one, a demand bounce, two, potential swing entry, or if we can get a break and hold above this 64 level, as you guys can see, a massive resistance, I think this can get back into 67, 70 very, very quick. So top watch here, pull back 59, 60 for a demand bounce, or above 64 for a long entry. Beautiful chart, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart. Next, we have Tesla. Tesla's time is up, in my opinion. As you guys can see here, Tesla pulled into this massive weekly supply. This is a monumental level. Huge, right? Previous support, turned resistance. Closed the weekly out with a big bearish pin bar. On the daily, that's going to translate to that failure to go higher off of that major supply and structure rejection. This test of the chart looks amazing with that rising volume as well. So the game plan here on Tesla, very simple. One, watching a retest of this massive level here. Tesla can pop into 352, 355 area. That's my top watch for a reject. Number two, if we can break Friday's lows on Tesla, that's my top short watch back down into this demand at 327, 330. We could watch for a demand bounce here if we show strength, but the main watch is below 327. That'll get us down into the low 300s on Tesla. I do not like Tesla long unless it gets above 367. Tesla is my top short watch as long as we're below 360. Okay? Very simple. Very, very simple. Let's see what we got here. NQ's pulling back. I like a trade here on NQ, actually. I do. If we can, let me move this. If we can fail here on NQ, create that lower high, close weak below 21,300, I love that short. As you guys can see, we got that open. We filled that gap. Got that lower high here. If we can close weak, I think a short looks great. Down into this 21,200, ultimately targeting that 20,100. I think that looks very, very good. Very, very good. Anyway, that's what I'm watching on Tesla. Next, we have AMD. Let me fix this here. AMD. First things first, look what we rejected. AMD is rejecting massive supply. Also is that daily 200 MA. Now, if you go to the daily chart here on AMD, you're also going to notice we're rejecting this trendline resistance from all-time highs, which we've rejected multiple times previously. That sent AMD tumbling 10% plus each time. This is huge on AMD. So what we need to be watching here, 106, 107. What we can do here, one, if we pull back and hold, that is valid for a long entry, right? That is, for sure. Two, if we get below 106 on AMD, that is my top short watch. I think we could see 100 very quick after we break that. Now, long scenario. If we hold 106, 107, and break and hold above 112, that is when I'll be comfortable going long on AMD for a move into this 122 level, okay? So top watches here on AMD, 112, 106, all right? Very simple. Yeah, AMD has been a pain in the ass to trade recently, for sure. Without doubt, AMD has been a big pain in the ass lately to trade. Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, AMD has been a big pain in the ass to trade. All right. Next, we have NVIDIA. Let's get it. First things first, I want to point out this massive head and shoulders on NVIDIA's weekly. Neckline, left shoulder supply lines up perfectly with that right shoulder. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Daily chart, failure to go higher. Nice rising volume. Hourly, beautiful. Look at that. Got that high, lower high. And if you guys remember, right, on Friday, at market open, I told you guys that NVIDIA would be the weakest name on the day. I told you guys that. I told you guys to stay away from NVIDIA longs. And I honestly fucked up by not taking it. It's my fault, but we had the right game plan. Massive level here. 137, 138. Okay? Long as NVIDIA is below this 137, 138, this is my top watch for a pop to short. If NVIDIA gets below 133, that's my top watch for a short down into 130, 127. Okay? Very simple. NVIDIA, 137, 138 reject, or below 133 for continuation into 128. All right? Beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. What else we got here? Oh, that's it. Wow. What time is it? 9:30? Wow, we covered that quick. Covered SPY, QQQ, NQ, ES. NQ actually has given us a nice opportunity here. This looks very, very good. Oh, wow. We're about to break those lows, too. Crap. Crap. That does look very, very good. Maybe we can get an entry. Before we start looking at these charts, let's do the giveaways first. So that way, if people want to leave after the giveaway, totally understand. But yeah, man, that's going to conclude tonight's live. I think that's a freaking world record. Why are we done so fast? That's the question. Why? Did I miss something? I covered ES, NQ, SPY, QQQ. I've covered everything. It's weird. I feel like we're done unusually fast. Very weird. Actually, what we'll do is you guys can type a couple tickers in the chat. We'll go over them, and then we'll do the giveaway. How about that? That's what we'll do. Sound good to you guys? Let's see. PLTR's been a fucking rocket lately. Yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty much at all-time highs. Strong as an ox. I feel like, what happened Friday? What the hell? Made a 7% move up, 7% move down, 7% move. What the fuck? It's a crazy chart. This is a chart, man. It's like we're so I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say about PLTR. I'm going to give you guys some levels to trade off of if you want, though. Levels here are actually very clean. What I would say on PLTR is one, if we can get above 133.50, I mean, it's very likely that this is going to squeeze much higher, potentially even to that 150 level. That would be my PT here if we broke highs 150. And that's pretty much the only thing I could say here. Really, it's the only thing I could say. What else y'all got? Amazon, a lot of Amazons. Okay, we'll do Amazon. Amazon just rejected that major supply, as you guys can see here on the weekly. That's huge. We have that high. Now we have a lower high. I would say Amazon looks good for lower. I would. What I would watch on Amazon is either 200 or 207, right? If we get below that 200, look for that short down to 195. Or we get above 207, look for that squeeze back into 212, 220. That's about it. NQ, yeah, I'm watching on my other screen. If we can get an entry, I'll take it for sure. No question. If we can get an entry, I'll take it for sure. If we can get an entry, I will take it for sure. If we can get an entry, I'll take it for sure. Let's see what else we got here. What y'all got? BA? Sure. BA's been very strong, but this is why I didn't swing it last week. Massive trend line resistance here we closed into. So if you're a BA trader, you want to trade this BA chart, we got to get back above 210. This is a trade I'll take as well. If we get above 210 on BA, this is a long I love, back into 217. So 210 would be the almighty watch on BA for sure. Oh wow, whole market's dumping here. We got a tandem dump here. We got NQ dumping, ES dumping, YM, RTY, silver, and gold all at the same time. You guys know this is the recipe for a big move. You guys know that. This is the recipe for a major move in the market. I'm not sure which way, but this is the recipe for a major move in the market. This is a recipe for a major move in the market. Damn, I wish we would have taken that NQ. Did anybody take it? That was fucking beautiful. I always get caught up doing these lives and I always fucking miss it. That was beautiful. That was a what, 30-point move from when I told you guys to enter? Like $600, something like that. Damn. It's all good. Whatever. Alrighty, let's get into this giveaway and then we'll go over some more charts, do a Q&A, and we'll call it a night like that, alright? So let's do this giveaway. I know a bunch of you guys probably want to leave. Where are we at? Giveaway, bam. Bam. Keyword, let's do exclamation point win. Exclamation point win. Good luck, everybody. We'll run it like that. Exclamation point win is the keyword. Alrighty. Give it a couple more seconds here. Couple more seconds. Good luck, everybody. Zeke, ZK, Zeke, ZK, Zeke, ZK. Not sure how to pronounce it, but congratulations. ZK, where you at? Zeke, ZK. Not sure where you're at. Boom! There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Not sure which one, but yes, you won. Alrighty, guys. I guess that's gonna conclude tonight. I could give away an Apex account, I guess. You wanna do one more? Why not? Fuck it. Right now they are 90% off as well. 90% off. So if you go buy an account right now, you'll get it for 90% off. And hopefully we can pass it this week on Zoom. That'll be the goal. Alrighty, let's see. You're a dude? Awesome. Yes, sir. Okay. We'll do one more. We'll do an Apex account. Why not? You can pick any size you want. We'll do, just keyword is Apex. No exclamation point. Good luck, everybody. If you win, I'll send you a code. You input it. Pick what you want. Oh, yeah. I got to do the mentorship giveaway. Fuck. I honestly forgot. I guess we could do it right now. No, but then I'm gonna feel bad because everybody who doesn't know. Okay, we'll just yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow. We'll figure that out tomorrow. Shit, thanks for reminding me. Hey Google, set a reminder for tomorrow at 11 a.m.
All right, tomorrow at 11 a.m. What's the title?
Mentorship giveaway.
All right, I'll remind you tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Perfect. All right. Good luck, everybody. Let's get it. Nico Veli. Nico Veli. How long does it take to receive the take profit account? Usually takes a week or two, give or take. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we can run it like that. That works. Mentorship. Let me see. There's one spot for the person who wins. Outside of that one spot, there is 4 left. So 5 total, but 1 goes to the winner, obviously. So there's 4. Sorry. All right. Good winner, Nico. Good winner. Nice. Minties, I have 5 more. I'll post that in announcements in a second. 5 Apex accounts. You can pick whatever you want. I'll do that after I hop off here. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Perfect. Alrighty. Sounds good, y'all. I feel like tonight was super quick, but, you know, hey, I mean, I don't know. Oh my god, NQ, what the fuck? Jesus. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Anybody catch that? Fuck me. I need to start just entering. I always get distracted with the live. That's almost $1,000 a contract. Fuck me. Shit. God damn it. There's so much more room lower too. It's whatever. Alrighty, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Great night tonight. Shout out to Zeke, ZK, and Nico Veli. Everyone, I appreciate all of you guys, man. Whether you won or don't win, you know, I appreciate you, you know, showing up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live. Hopefully you guys got some value from it. Hopefully one of you guys took this NQ trade and made some money. That's what matters to me. You guys know I've been doing these lives for, I'm going to go check right now. How long have I been doing these? I've been doing these lives since 2020, the end of 2020, so almost 5 years. Yeah, man, I don't even have ads on. I don't make any money from these lives. I do it strictly for you guys. That is it, right? I don't make any money from this. I could, right? I could turn ads on, but that'll ruin your guys' experience, right? If I turn ads on, you're gonna get a fucking ad every 5 seconds, right? And if I was on the other end of that, I'd be like, bro, come on, you know what I mean? And then you would have to buy YouTube Premium, or you would have to, you know, sit through the ad. So it's whatever, man. I do this for you guys. Yeah, man. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning into these lives, man. It means a lot to me. If you just smash the like button, I'm cool with that. Nah, I promise I didn't enter. I'm not in anything. My P&L is flat. Look, I'll show you. Whoops. Days P&L, open P&L, nothing. Flat. Giveaways are rigged. Jeremy, haven't you won before? What the fuck? I'm 99% you've won before. Maybe twice, actually. But, yeah, man, what time is 9:46? Yeah, if you guys got any last minute questions, I'll hang out for a second. I want to watch this NQ chart. Whatever you guys got, feel free to ask it. Whether it's trading, business, entrepreneur, whatever it may be, right? Feel free to ask it. Feel free to ask it. Now's your chance. Now's your chance. Whatever you got to ask it. Wow, gold's dumping too. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Jeremy confirmed what? I'm pretty sure he's won multiple times. I think it's like yes, you would want to choose trade of 8 for Apex. Yep. I would say most people, I would say probably 70% don't, 30% do. That's my personal opinion. I don't know where those numbers are coming from, so don't quote me on that. Bro, you've asked me, does Take Profit Trader pay out multiple times? Here. What do you want to see it? Is that what you're asking? Sure. Here. Is this what you want to see? Do they pay out? I don't know. You tell me. You do the math. There's 15,000. Just look at the days since the beginning of the year. 1,600, 4,000, 4,000, 2,500, 5,000, 7,500, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 7,500, 5K, 5K, 6K, 500, 15,000, 5,000, 555, 8,000, 7, 6,500. I don't know. All the way up into, what was that, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? 6,000, 8, 5, 6, 8, 5, 10, 7. I don't know. I think they do. Jesus. What else we got? Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night then. Again, man, I appreciate every single one of you guys taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. It means a lot to me, man. I'll see majority of you guys bright and early tomorrow for live trading. Just a reminder that Apex sale ends tonight at 12 p.m. So, I mean, I personally take advantage of it. I probably shouldn't because I spend $3,000 or $4,000 a month in recurring with the backups, but whatever. Yeah, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. All right, you guys have a great rest of your night.